Have you ever gazed upon a masterful painting, listened to a breathtaking opera, or witnessed an athlete perform with graceful precision? What is the common thread that binds these acts of excellence? It is productivity, the silent maestro orchestrating success. Like a symphony, our lives are composed of countless individual notes, each action a brushstroke on the canvas of our existence. It is through the art of productivity that we harmonize these elements, transforming the mundane into a masterpiece. So let us begin, shall we? And embark on this transformative journey to unlock your true potential. Time, my friends, is the most precious currency we possess. Unlike wealth, which can be lost and regained, time flows ever onward, each second slipping through our fingers like grains of sand. It is the one resource we can never replenish, yet we squander it so carelessly, allowing distractions to pilfer precious moments from the treasure chest of our lives. The first step towards mastering productivity is to recognize the true value of time. Every moment spent is an investment, one that can yield either the dividends of accomplishment or the crushing debt of regret. Like a sculptor chipping away at a block of marble, we must deliberately carve out space for our goals, for the pursuits that truly matter. This requires discipline, yes, but it also demands a shift in perspective, a recognition that we are not mere passengers on this journey, but the architects of our own destiny. Now, before we delve into the practical techniques of productivity, we must first address the elephant in the room, or rather, the misconceptions that often hold us back. Productivity, you see, is not about cramming more and more into each fleeting hour, becoming a slave to the ticking clock. No, true productivity is about working smarter, not harder, about aligning our actions with our aspirations. One common fallacy is the myth of multitasking, the belief that we can juggle multiple tasks simultaneously without sacrificing quality or focus. When we attempt to do too much at once, we actually diminish our effectiveness, sacrificing depth for breadth. Another insidious myth that often sabotages our productivity is the illusion of urgency. We live in a world of constant connectivity, bombarded by a relentless barrage of emails, notifications, and demands on our attention. But here's the truth, gentlemen. Not everything that screams for our attention is truly important. In fact, most of the tasks that clutter our to-do lists and leave us feeling overwhelmed are merely distractions, diversions from the truly meaningful work that will move us closer to our goals. We mistake busyness for productivity, confusing motion with progress. The antidote to this illusion of urgency, my friends, is the power of prioritization. Remember, the goal is not to merely check items off a list, but to invest our time and energy in pursuits that align with our values and move us towards our desired destination. Now, let us address another cunning saboteur of productivity: perfectionism. That seductive siren whispering promises of flawless execution and unwavering excellence. While striving for excellence is admirable, perfectionism is a deceptive mistress, for it often leads to procrastination, paralysis, and ultimately unfulfilled potential. The pursuit of perfection, you see, is a fool's errand. It is an unattainable ideal, a mirage that shimmers on the horizon but forever recedes as we draw near. When we become enslaved to the tyranny of the perfect, we set ourselves up for disappointment, for the inevitable realization that our efforts will never quite measure up to the impossible standards we have set. The key to overcoming perfectionism, my friends, is to embrace the power of good enough. Remember, progress, not perfection, is the goal. In our quest to unlock our productivity potential, we must also master the art of saying no. This seemingly simple word, so easy to utter, yet so difficult to wield effectively, is a powerful tool for reclaiming our time and protecting our energy. We live in a culture that glorifies the yes man, the individual who readily agrees to every request, every obligation, every invitation. But here's the thing, gentlemen. Every time we say yes to something, we are implicitly saying no to something else. Learning to say no gracefully but firmly is essential for protecting our time and energy for the things that truly matter. Remember, every no is a yes to something else, a yes to our own productivity, our own well-being, our own dreams. Finally, let us debunk the pervasive myth that productivity is all about motivation. Motivation. That elusive butterfly that flits in and out of our lives, leaving a trail of unfinished projects and unfulfilled aspirations in its wake. We wait for motivation to strike, like a bolt from the blue, believing that once we find that elusive spark, we will magically transform into productivity powerhouses. But here's the truth, gentlemen. Motivation is not a prerequisite for productivity. It is a byproduct of it. We do not wait for motivation to strike, we create it through action. The more we act, the more we accomplish, the more motivated we become. So do not wait for the muse of motivation to grace you with her presence. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Now, gentlemen, having dispelled some common myths, let's equip ourselves with practical tools. Imagine for a moment, if you will, two explorers venturing into uncharted territory. One clutches a compass, his gaze fixed on the distant horizon, his steps purposeful and sure. The other, however, is lost in the minutiae, fiddling with his clock, obsessed with the passage of time but blind to the bigger picture. This, my friends, is the difference between effectiveness and efficiency. It's not enough to simply manage time to squeeze more minutes out of each passing hour. We must also ensure that our efforts are aligned with our goals, that we are moving in the right direction. The clock, you see, is a tool for efficiency, but the compass guides us towards effectiveness. Productivity is about identifying those crucial threads, those tasks that will have the greatest impact on our lives, and weaving them into a masterpiece of accomplishment. But how, you may ask, do we distinguish between the vital few and the trivial many? Here, gentlemen, we must master the art of prioritization. Begin by listing all your tasks, those nagging to-dos swirling in the tempest of your mind. Don't censor yourself. Let it all flow onto the page. Now, with a discerning eye, categorize these tasks using a simple system. Urgent and important, important but not urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. This, my friends, is the renowned Eisenhower Matrix, a tool for cutting through the clutter and identifying those tasks deserving of our immediate attention. The true goldmine, the secret to unlocking sustainable productivity, lies in the realm of the important but not urgent. Now that we've identified our priorities, let's discuss a technique for maximizing our focus and conquering procrastination: the Pomodoro Technique. Picture a simple kitchen timer, shaped like a tomato, ticking away with unwavering precision. The concept is elegantly simple. Choose a task, set the timer for 25 minutes, and work on that task with unwavering focus until the timer sounds. Then, take a short 5-minute break before diving into another 25-minute sprint. Repeat this cycle 4 times, then reward yourself with a longer break of 20 to 30 minutes. By breaking down seemingly daunting tasks into manageable chunks, we overcome the inertia of procrastination and enter a state of flow where time seems to melt away and productivity soars. Now let's talk about the importance of breaks. In our relentless pursuit of productivity, we often neglect the restorative power of downtime, mistaking rest for laziness and breaks for indulgence. But here's the thing, gentlemen. Our brains, like finely tuned instruments, require periods of rest and rejuvenation to function at their peak. Think of a marathon runner, pacing himself strategically, conserving energy for the final push. Breaks, my friends, are not a luxury. They are a necessity, essential for maintaining focus, preventing burnout, and unlocking our full creative potential. These micro breaks, strategically interspersed throughout your day, will work wonders for your focus, creativity, and overall well-being. Finally, gentlemen, we must address the elephant in the room, or rather, the digital elephant constantly vying for our attention. Our smartphones, those ubiquitous portals to the digital realm, are both a blessing and a curse, offering unparalleled connectivity, while simultaneously bombarding us with a relentless barrage of distractions. To unlock our true productivity potential, we must learn to tame this digital beast, to harness its power for good, while minimizing its potential for disruption. This requires discipline, gentlemen, a conscious effort to establish boundaries and create space for focused work. Silence notifications, designate specific times for checking emails, and consider using website blockers to limit access to time-wasting websites. By doing so, we reclaim our focus and direct our energy towards meaningful tasks. Having explored the tools and techniques for effective time management and focus, let us now turn our attention to the bedrock of sustainable productivity routines. Imagine, if you will, a magnificent cathedral, its towering spires reaching for the heavens, its intricate details a testament to the craftsmanship of its creators. Such a grand edifice, my friends, is not built haphazardly, but upon a foundation of carefully laid stones, each one placed with precision and purpose. So it is with our lives, gentlemen. Our days are the building blocks of our existence, and routines are the mortar that binds them together, providing structure and stability amidst the chaos of modern life. Establishing effective routines is not about becoming a slave to a rigid schedule, but rather about creating a framework for our days that supports our goals and aligns with our values. It is about designing our lives with intention, ensuring that each day is not merely lived but truly maximized. Let us begin, then, with the most sacred of routines, the morning ritual. Just as a composer meticulously sets the tone for a symphony in its opening bars, so too can we set the stage for a productive and fulfilling day through the power of a well-crafted morning routine. The first few hours after waking are a time of immense potential, a blank canvas upon which we can paint the masterpiece of our day. Yet, all too often, we squander these precious moments in a haze of sleep inertia, scrolling mindlessly through social media feeds or succumbing to the allure of the snooze button. Instead, gentlemen, I urge you to reclaim your mornings. Whether it's meditation, journaling, exercise, or simply enjoying a quiet cup of coffee while reading an inspiring book, let your morning routine be a sanctuary of peace and productivity, setting the stage for a day of accomplishment. Just as a well-crafted morning routine sets the stage for a productive day, so too can a carefully curated evening ritual pave the way for a restful night's sleep and a seamless transition into the following day. As the sun begins its descent, casting long shadows across the land, it is time to wind down, to shed the stresses of the day and prepare our minds and bodies for the embrace of slumber. Begin by disconnecting from the digital world, gentlemen. Put away your smartphones, silence your notifications, and create a buffer zone between yourself and the relentless demands of the digital realm. Engage in activities that promote relaxation and prepare your body for sleep. Make time for loved ones, for meaningful conversations that nourish the spirit and remind us of the things that truly matter. Now, gentlemen, you may be wondering how to transform these desired routines into ingrained habits, into automatic behaviors that require minimal effort or willpower. The key, my friends, lies in understanding the science of habit formation, the neurological loops that govern our actions and shape our lives. Every habit, you see, consists of three components: a cue, a routine, and a reward. The cue triggers the brain to initiate the routine, which is the behavior itself, and the reward reinforces the habit loop, making it more likely that we will repeat the behavior in the future. To build lasting habits, we must consciously design our environment and leverage the power of these neurological loops. Start by identifying the cues that trigger your desired routines. Perhaps it's a specific time of day, a particular location, or even an emotional state. Once you've identified the cue, make it obvious and unavoidable. Now, gentlemen, I know that the prospect of overhauling your entire life to accommodate these productivity principles may seem daunting, but fear not. The beauty of this approach lies in its simplicity, in the power of small changes, consistently applied over time to yield remarkable results. You see, just as a sculptor gradually chips away at a block of marble, revealing the masterpiece within, so too can we sculpt our lives, one small change at a time, until we have created a masterpiece of productivity and fulfillment. Start by implementing one small change this week, perhaps waking up 15 minutes earlier, or dedicating 10 minutes each evening to planning the following day. Once that change becomes habitual, layer on another small change, and then another. Remember, gentlemen, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Throughout history, the most prolific minds have understood the profound link between routine and achievement. Consider the legendary composer, Ludwig van Beethoven. Every morning he would rise before dawn, consume 60 coffee beans, and compose rigorously. Or the disciplined routine of Benjamin Franklin. Franklin adhered to a meticulously crafted schedule, proving structure breeds success. Routine is the fertile ground from which creativity flourishes. Let us delve into the world of literature where the power of routine is evident. Consider Haruki Murakami, whose surreal tales captivate readers. Murakami begins each day with a 5-kilometer run, followed by hours of solitary writing, a ritual unlocking his creativity. Maya Angelou inspired generations with her words. She rented a sparse hotel room daily, a blank canvas free from distractions. Her words flowed with raw emotion and poetic prose. These giants honed their craft through daily rituals, transforming writing into a meditative practice. Their routines provided the structure for their genius to flourish. Section 3. From Chaos to Clarity. Now, you might be thinking, but my life, unlike those of esteemed composers and celebrated authors, is a chaotic whirlwind of unpredictable demands. Fear not, gentlemen, for the principles of routine are equally effective in taming the chaos of even the most demanding schedules. Consider the example of Elon Musk, a modern-day titan juggling the complexities of multiple groundbreaking companies. Musk, despite facing a seemingly insurmountable workload, is a staunch advocate for the power of routine. He structures his day into 5-minute blocks, a microcosm of time management that allows him to optimize every precious moment. The lesson here, gentlemen, is that routine is not about rigidity, but rather about creating a framework that brings order to chaos. It is about identifying the non-negotiables in your day, those activities that move you closer to your goals, and building a structure that supports their consistent execution, even amidst the inevitable turbulence of life. Section 4. The Architect of Time. We are the architects of our own temporal landscapes. Approach your days with intention, designing a structure that supports your aspirations. Experiment, adapt, and refine your routines. Discover the rhythms that unlock your full potential. Find the unique symphony of habits that will allow you to conduct your own masterpiece. Section 1. The Unfolding Symphony. And so, my friends, we arrive at the final movement of our exploration into the heart of productivity. We've traversed the landscape of time management, navigated the treacherous waters of procrastination, and unearthed the foundational stones of routine. Now it's time to integrate these elements, to weave them into the grand tapestry of your life. Remember, productivity is not a destination, a summit to be conquered and then abandoned. No, it's a continuous journey, an ever-evolving symphony of choices, actions, and adjustments. As you implement these strategies, you'll encounter moments of effortless flow and periods of frustrating stagnation. Embrace them both, for they are but movements in the grand composition of your life. Reflect on the insights we've uncovered, the importance of prioritizing, the power of focus, the grace of saying no, and the transformative potential of routines. These are not mere concepts, gentlemen, but tools, instruments to be wielded with intention and refined through practice. Section 2. A Call to Action. The time for passive observation, my friends, has passed. The baton now rests in your hand. Will you let it fall, allowing the chaotic symphony of distractions to drown out the music of your potential? Or will you grasp it firmly, stepping onto the podium with confidence, ready to conduct the symphony of your success? The choice, gentlemen, is yours. Start small if you must. Incorporate one new strategy, cultivate one empowering habit, and watch as the ripples of transformation spread throughout your life. Remember, the most magnificent cathedrals are built one stone at a time, and the most breathtaking symphonies begin with a single, resonant note. Embrace the journey, gentlemen. Embrace the challenges, celebrate the victories, and never, ever underestimate the transformative power that lies dormant within you. The world awaits your masterpiece.